अच्छा मैम, ये तो हमने बात कर ली कि फ़वाइद कितने हो सकते हैं, नुकसानात कितने हो सकते हैं, NLP मास्टर ट्रेनर क्या चीज़ होता है, फिर तमाम तर स्टेजेस के बारे में भी आपने बताया, बहुत अच्छे तरीके से आपने समझाया। अब थोड़ा सा अगर हम बात करना चाहें, अगर आप ये बता सकें हमें कि जो राइट एज होती है, जो आइडियल एज होती है ट्रेनिंग्स की, वो क्या हो सकती है?
तो सिंपल आंसर ये है कि कोई राइट एज तो रियली नहीं है।
ओके,
राइट। In my personal opinion, like हमारी trainings में we've had young people as in adults. So we have our training is an adults training.
Okay.
And generally NLP trainings are all adult oriented.
Okay.
Right? There are NLP trainings that are child oriented or children oriented or teenager oriented.
Okay.
But NLP practitioner and master practitioner, which are the sort of the known trainings around the world, are generally directed to adults.
Adults.
Right? And you can be any age for that.
Okay.
You can be any age. So like I said, I've had people who've been in their early 20s and I've had people attend our trainings who are in their 60s.
Okay.
And in the same training and everything in between.
Right.
I do believe, in my opinion, I do believe a little bit of life experience helps.
So, जो हमारे यहाँ जितनी नेगेटिविटी है, ख़ास तौर से अगर मैं पाकिस्तान की बात करूँ, तो इस नेगेटिव एनवायरनमेंट में रहते हुए NLP की मदद से हम पॉजिटिव कैसे रह सकते हैं? आपका ओपिनियन क्या है कि अगर मैं सब चीज़ों को, मतलब मैं सड़क पे चल रहा हूँ, अपनी गाड़ी ड्राइव कर रहा हूँ, अपनी बाइक चला रहा हूँ, तो सड़क पर सिर्फ बाइक चलाना और गाड़ी ड्राइव करने के दौरान ट्रैफिक के इतने मसाइल हैं, लोगों को सही तरीके से पता नहीं है कि किस तरह से जो है कौन सी लेन फास्ट है और किस तरह से अपनी गाड़ी चलानी है, और फिर जो है वो पूरी सोसाइटी के अंदर हमारे बेशुमार मसाइल हैं। तो इन तमाम मसाइल के साथ रहते हुए किस तरह से हम काउंटर कर सकते हैं नेगेटिविटी को, कि हम नेगेटिव ना हो और पॉजिटिव, अपने आप को पॉजिटिव रख सकें? तो ये वाली वाइब्स अपने अंदर से कैसे पैदा की जा सकती है?
इसके बारे में काफ़ी मैं बात करती हूँ इन माई ट्रेनिंग्स, राइट। और वो लफ्ज़ जो हैं जो मैं इस्तेमाल करती हूँ टू एक्सप्लेन इट, मैं नहीं इस्तेमाल करूँगी क्योंकि it won't make sense in out of context. The thing is that society, country, Pakistan, Karachi, for example, but any society is made up of the people, right? और जब हम बोलते हैं कि हमारी society ऐसी है, पाकिस्तान ऐसा है, कराची ऐसा है, right? मिसाल के तौर पे कराची इतना गंदा है, right? जी. And what we are doing is we're othering. मैं हूँ जो हूँ, मगर कराची तो ज़मीन है,
जी,
कुछ नहीं है। When we talk about Karachi, we talk about society. So हम कहेंगे कराची गंदा है, and then we'll take a piece of paper and we'll throw it.
Yeah, that's the issue.
So we are all co-creators of the quality of the environment we're in. और ये एक concept जो share करती हैं, it's not technically NLP, but it stems from NLP concepts, is we have what we call this very large circle of concern. Okay. Right? This is, in fact, I think it's a Brian Tracy or sort of Stephen Covey concept, but we have this very large circle of concern. You know, we're concerned about the security. We're concerned about the dirt in the city. We're concerned about, just say, for example, the rupee collapsing against the dollar. We're concerned. There's so much we're concerned about.
Street crimes. Street crimes.
Street crimes. बहुत ज़्यादा चीज़ें, right? Personal, professional, societal, जो कुछ भी है. Environmental.
Right.
And when we just focus on our circle of concern, we feel helpless. We feel hopeless.
Exactly.
And we feel overwhelmed. NLP is a study of success. How do some people create success in their lives and some people don't, right? And before, people used to think that, okay, some people are successful because they're born that way. That's not true. They, through the studies of what the NLP creators did, they studied successful people.
Yeah.
And they found that success is a strategy.
Okay.
And if anybody follows a strategy, they can achieve success in their lives in whatever form.
Okay.
And so in NLP, we teach people success strategies.
Okay.
To put it in a very basic way.
Okay.
So, bringing it back to what we're talking about, most people, the difference between successful people and unsuccessful people happier people, unhappier people, is unhappy people and unsuccessful people focus on their circle of concern. ये मसला है, वो मसला है, ये मसला है, हाय मैं, what do I do?
अपने आप को शेल में बंद कर लिया.
Yeah, maybe. In the middle of this big circle of our concerns is this much smaller circle called the circle of influence.
Yeah.
And the circle of influence is, okay, well, what's within my influence? What can I do? And when we're faced with a challenge, and that's the difference between successful people and unsuccessful. Successful people will always come from their circle of influence. Okay, ye mera challenge hai. Now, I can either get stressed out, overwhelmed, meltdown, or, okay, within this concern, what is within my circle of influence? What can I do?
For the society to make a change.
For anything, in any, आपके कोई भी context में डाल दें, right? So what can I do? तो आप society के बारे में बात कर रहे हैं, there's a lot of negativity. What's within my circle of influence to stay positive, if that's what I want to stay? Is I can do A, I can do B, I can do C, I can do a whole bunch of things. And then I am influencing my internal state.
Right.
And here's the thing, that emotions are contagious.
Okay.
कि जब आप गुस्सा के इनसे देखें, वो गुस्से वाला किसी और को कुछ करेगा, गुस्सा उधर जाएगा, गुस्सा उधर से उधर जाएगा, उधर से उधर जाएगा, right? The ripple effects. When we come from our circle of influence and choose how we're going to be, we create different ripples.
Right.
And those ripples have an effect on other people.
It's like an energy. Negative energy?
Yeah, negative and positive energy, absolutely. And so when we're coming from our circle of influence, we are in a much more emotionally, what we call resourceful state, right? इसका मतलब नहीं है कि हमारे कोई मुश्किलात नहीं है, that we may not feel down, we may not feel overwhelmed, but when you're coming from your circle of influence, you're always able to step up. And that has a ripple effect. So, for example, in our trainings, a lot of our students, alumni who go away, our graduates who go away, and they said, our entire lives have changed. Our environment has changed. Our relationships have changed. And not that anybody else has changed. We've changed. And because of that, all these other changes have happened, where people are responding differently. The power of one is so underestimated. क्योंकि हम जाते हैं कि दुनिया खराब है, मुल्क खराब है, कराची खराब है, and then we have basically gone into circle of concern and we have outsourced responsibility.
बिल्कुल ऐसे ही है, 100%. और ये भी तो होता है कि मैं अकेला क्या कर सकता हूँ. ये वाला हमारे यहाँ बहुत ज़्यादा मसला है कि जब पूरी पाकिस्तान की आबादी ये सोचती है कि मैं अकेला क्या कर सकता हूँ, तभी पाकिस्तान के हालात बेहतर नहीं होते. और ये जो लोग बात कर रहे होते हैं, हम सभी बात कर रहे होते हैं, किसी और की क्या बात करूं, अगर मैं खुद अपनी बात करूं कि मैं सोचूं कि मैं अकेला क्या कर सकता हूं. मैं अकेला ये कर सकता हूं कि अपने घर से बाहर कचरा नहीं फेंक सकता. मैं ये कर सकता हूं कि ट्रैफिक के जो रूल्स हैं वो फॉलो कर सकता हूं. और बहुत सारी चीज़ें हैं, सो ऑन एंड सो फोर्थ. हम बात करने लगें तो शायद ये पॉडकास्ट जो है वो 4-5 घंटे की हो जाए. सो कमिंग बैक टू दी हमारा जो यहाँ पर क्वेश्चनर है और जिसके बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं, NLP. सो व्हाट इज़ सक्सेस टू यू एक्चुअली?
So there's no one definition of success.
Okay.
I think, and I think that's a very important thing to realize.
Okay.
क्योंकि most people are living according to the standards of other people's perception of success.
That's the problem.
Not their own, and often they have no idea what it is. And so it's not possible to define success because success is personal to everybody. And ये ज़रूरी बात है to recognize because are you talking about academic success? Are you talking about financial success? Are you talking about spiritual success? Are you talking about relationship success? बहुत लोग सोचते हैं कि अगर हमारे पास बहुत ज़्यादा पैसा है, we're successful, and then we'll be happy, and we'll have respect. That's not true.
Right.
That's not necessarily true. Could be for some people, not necessarily for others.
Yeah.
Success defines. मैं अपने ट्रेनिंग से मैं ये बहुत कहती हूँ कि और हम आगे भी बात करेंगे इसके बारे में, that we have this gift called life.
Okay.
And at one point it will end.
Okay.
We're not here just to look beautiful and wear nice clothes and the capitalist kind of mindset that is in the surface level mindset that a lot of people live today.
Accumulation of wealth kind of.
Yeah. and just, having fun.
Yeah.
We're spiritual beings. We are here for a purpose. And so our life's journey is to find that purpose within us.
Right.
That deeper meaning of what makes our life meaningful for us.
Yes, totally.
And as we live that every day, my existence is of value.
Okay.
Me being on this planet, in this country, in this society is of value. I've got something to share and I've got something to learn.
Yes.
This is my personal definition. That's success to me, right? It could be whatever. So that when you come to that end of life moment, it's like, I'm proud of the way I lived. I lived this time, I used it well. And I'm proud of myself. I think that's the greatest gift. And in a way, that would be success. In my opinion, that's success.
So, अगर हम लाइफ कोचिंग की बात करें, तो उसके बारे में प्लीज़ थोड़ा सा हमें बताइएगा, और साथ ही साथ जो कोचिंग होती है कपल्स की, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ हम नोट कर रहे हैं कि जो रेशो है वो डिवोर्सेस का बढ़ता जा रहा है. कपल्स को पता नहीं है कि आपस में डील कैसे करना है, या फिर अगर कोई एक्सटर्नल चीज़ें हैं तो उनको कैसे फेस करना है और इस रिलेशनशिप को बचाना है. तो कपल्स की कोचिंग कैसे होती है, और थोड़ा सा लाइफ कोचिंग के बारे में.
मैं पहले लाइफ कोचिंग के बारे में आंसर करती हूँ एंड देन रिलेशनशिप कोचिंग. मैं एक एग्जांपल देती हूँ लोगों को और क्लाइंट्स को भी टू एक्सप्लेन व्हाट कोचिंग इज. Okay. Or with all respect, it is a simplistic concept, but with all respect to any psychiatrists and therapists.
Right.
Say, for example, you're drowning in a river. Okay. You go to a psychiatrist, and a psychiatrist will give you medication.
Okay.
And after research shows that after a while, वो दवाई उसका effect नहीं हो रहा anymore. So you have to have more. Right, you have to have stronger medicine or more medicine or whatever it is. So the drowning has continued. You just haven't felt it until you do.
जी, बिल्कुल.
Right? You haven't learnt the skills and anything. You've just numbed yourself. And here's the thing: when you numb your emotions, you numb all emotions.
Okay.
You numb your negatives. You also numb your positives. Right?
Right.
You go to a therapist, and a therapist will talk about. You'll discover why you're drowning. You might get great clarity on why you're drowning, but still not how to help yourself. You come to a coach, a life coach,
right,
and a coach will say, there's a riverbank right here, and I'll teach you how to swim. So don't focus on drowning or trying to save yourself. Focus on learning how to swim and focus on the direction. So coaching versus... Therapy is much more problem driven. कि आपका मसला क्या है, and then you delve into it, and it has its benefits. Don't get me wrong, it does, and all these three modalities work well together. Therapy is about the problem, and it's about you dig into it. और उसमें भी फायदा है.
ठीक है,
right?
ठीक है.
It's going into how the past is impacting the present.
Yes.
Right, and what you can do in the present to overcome that.
ठीक है.
Coaching is about what do you want
in the future.
What do you want in the future? And what can you do now to achieve it?
Okay.
Because the past does not have to dictate the future.
Yes.
The past does not have to dictate the future. And what it does when we say, okay, for example, koi kahenge, I don't want to be unhappy. I don't want to be stressed all the time.
Nobody wants.
Yeah. But there's a big difference between, okay, well, what do you want instead of not being stressed? What do you want instead?
Yeah.
I want to be happy. I want to be confident.
Yeah.
Very different conversations. So instead of focusing on how not to be stressed, you focus on how can I be more confident or more happy. You are creating new thinking patterns.
Okay.
And when we talk about the brain, the plasticity of the brain, right? The brain is plastic for all our entire lives until we die, unless we have brain damage.
Okay.
When we start new patterns of thinking, we are creating new neural pathways.
Okay. Okay.
We are breaking past patterns.
Okay.
But when we just talk about the past, हम उसी neurological state में रहते हैं.
सही सही ठीक है. So ये जो है सारा जो गेम्स है वो पैटर्न्स का है. अगर आपने उन्हीं पैटर्न्स को फॉलो किया जो हमेशा से आपके लिए प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट करते रहे, तो वो पैटर्न्स आपको आगे फ्यूचर में भी जो आपका पास्ट प्रेजेंट से फ्यूचर बनता जा रहा है वही पैटर्न्स आपको आगे भी तंग करते रहेंगे.
क्योंकि लोग समझते हैं کہ उनकी जो beliefs हैं about themselves, उनके sense of identity जो है about themselves, वो सोचते हैं कि this is me. I am a failure. I am not lovable. I am not worthy. या जो कुछ भी negative है, हाँ, ये वो सोचते हैं and they think it's the truth. और because now that's the neurology, right? The neuro side. And because ये वो सोचते हैं, they will then act it out. And they will create it and continue to create it. But, and so in NLP and in coaching, we call that a limiting belief. It was created at some point. And that's created its neurological pathway. And we can create, so we can help people let go of old beliefs that don't serve them. And we can help them create new beliefs by doing something else towards a sense of identity they would like to have.
Right. ठीक है नाजरीन, हमारे बहुत ही ज़बरदस्त एक थॉट प्रोवोकिंग जो हमारा सेशन है वो जारी है. आपसे थोड़ी देर बाद मुलाकात होती है. एक छोटा सा ब्रेक है, हमारे साथ रहिएगा.